If it feels like you already know what to do with your money, you've seen the advice, you understand what to do, but you're still not actually doing it, you're not doing anything wrong, 'cause being stuck isn't about what you know, it's about something quietly pulling you back every time you try to move forward. And once you see it, you'll understand why nothing changes. The frustration. This is where it gets confusing. Because on paper, you should be fine. You know you should save. You know you should track your spending. You know what's helping and what's hurting. But knowing doesn't seem to translate into action. And after a while, that turns into something heavier. Frustration, self-doubt, even guilt. You start thinking, if I already know this, why can't I just do it? And this is where most people make the wrong assumption. The wrong assumption. They assume the problem is discipline, that they're just not trying hard enough, not motivated enough, not consistent enough. So they try to push harder. They set stricter rules. They try to be more on top of it. They tell themselves, this time I'll do it right. But that usually doesn't fix anything. 'Cause the problem was never effort. The real problem is this. Your actions are controlled by your environment, not just your intentions. You can know exactly what to do, but if your system doesn't support it, you won't follow through consistently. 'Cause every decision you make happens in a moment where you're tired, or distracted, or dealing with something else. And in that moment, your system matters more than your knowledge. And this is something I didn't understand for a long time. 'Cause I knew what to do. I knew my bills were due. I knew I should be saving. But none of that actually changed anything. What finally made a difference for me was something really simple. I started using autopay for my bills. Not because it was some big strategy, but because I was tired of missing payments and paying late fees. And that one change did two things. It removed the pressure of having to remember everything, and it made consistency automatic. And that was the first time. I wasn't relying on motivation anymore. That was the beginning of my system. And I couldn't be where I am now without that first version of it. And this matters more than most people realize. 'Cause in the next video, I'm going to show you something most people completely miss. How certain patterns, especially around debt, quietly take control of your decisions without you even noticing it. And once you see that, a lot of things start to make sense. Quick question. Do you feel like you already know what to do, but just can't seem to stay consistent with it? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious how many people are dealing with this. Why this keeps happening. This is why it feels like you keep resetting. 'Cause every time you rely on willpower, you're starting from zero again. You're asking yourself to make the right choice in every situation, instead of building something that makes the right choice easier, like autopay. So it works for a little while, till life gets busy, or stressful, or unpredictable, and then everything falls apart again. Not because you failed, but because nothing was holding it in place. The shift is simple but powerful. Stop focusing on knowing more, and start focusing on removing friction. Make the right actions easier to follow, and the wrong ones harder to fall into. 'Cause once your system starts working with you, instead of against you, you don't have to rely on motivation anymore. Here's what most people don't realize. You were never stuck because you didn't know enough. You were stuck because nothing around you was designed to support what you already knew. And once you fix that, everything starts to feel different. Not perfect, not instant, but steady. This is actually the first video in a new series about taking control of your money in a way that actually lasts. The next video isn't live yet, but it's where this really starts to go deeper, especially when it comes to how debt quietly shapes your decisions without you realizing it. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure you're subscribed. And if you're just getting started, watch this video again, 'cause this shift is where everything begins.